Where my girls at?
Taking the spicy red, keep it locked in.
Where my girls at?
Keep on watching while the beat keep knocking.
Where my girls at?
You love the flow, it's the lady show.
Where my girls at? Yeah. Where my girls?
What's going on, everybody? Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Jeannie Mai fights her ex, JEEZY's plea to seal sensitive records in contentious divorce fight and questions his motives. Jeannie Mai asked the judge to deny her estranged husband's request to seal filing in their ongoing divorce and questions his motives. According to the court documents obtained, the talk show host opposed JEEZY's motion to seal the record. Last month, JEEZY rushed to the court pleading with the court to seal sensitive and personal financial information in the case. In addition, he wanted all filings related to their child to be private. JEEZY claimed the split had turned contentious. He said the divorce had been covered extensively by the media. The rapper believed that sealing the case would be in the best interest of their 2-year-old daughter, Monaco.
I feel like this is getting messy. It's getting very messy, and I feel like a lot of the times when you get into relationships, you have to know how that person handles anger. And if you don't know how they handle anger, when anger comes around and everything arises, you get to see the real side of this person or who they can be potentially, turn out to be, unfortunately. And a lot of the times they get into these quick relationships because everything is also glitter and glam and rainbow and sunshines in the beginning, and they have not seen that person mad. And I feel like that's what's playing out right now.
Hey, but you know what? Maybe JEEZY don't want nobody seeing the financial business because he don't want nobody seeing the financial business. Can't that be like a legitimate reason as to why he doesn't want the financial business out there? How would it hurt Monaco though?
But they always gonna throw the kids in it now. Like, come
I think
on,
that's
the kids don't know nothing,
you don't care.
don't care, don't none of that. Like,
Or do you think Jeannie Mai, maybe she's just saying, hey, look, if you want a divorce, you're gonna have to get this divorce and get everything poured out.
well, and once again, you see people true colors when things happen.
Yeah, every time. I mean, if it's regarding Monaco, I mean, I think that the fighting between the two of them is bad enough right now, right? And as far as financial information, I don't understand why that has to be public anyway. That's kind of a personal situation, but it's sensitive. It's sensitive personal and financial information, it says. So my question is, like, what's the context? Like, I mean, because from the beginning you heard JEEZY and Jeannie Mai like praising each other, like from when they first started dating. He was like, oh, he's such an amazing person, she's such a wonderful person. I mean, you heard it, I mean, over and over, and now it's like, I don't know, is it based on like maybe the image between the two of them? Maybe they don't, want to come off as like, I don't know. It's only one of them fighting it, right? So maybe he's the one who's like the agitator,
Right. And remember, it seemed like it was a shock to her. So that's probably why she's like, nope.
Yo, Jeannie Mai is out here saying, yo, you want this divorce, you ask for the divorce, all your business gonna be out there.
Yep. And that's what I'm from the times where you could tell when she was showing her life and stuff like that, like after the divorce, and when people was filming her, they was like saying that she's like very demanding, or she's very like, headstrong on certain things. So you already know when it comes to, oh, you want to play? Oh, okay, I got you. I got you.
Didn't she have a messy divorce, the first one? Like, wasn't
Yes,
that
she
kind of
did.
an ugly?
Yes, she did.
That
And
was an ugly
her
divorce.
ex-husband is now newly married with a child because she didn't want kids.
She didn't want a kid, right?
Exactly. As soon
And
as
then she got with JEEZY and had a kid.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's I don't know, the whole, I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say like, oh, I thought this marriage was gonna work. Like I was like, please, this is a rebound like a MF.
At this point, when they be getting married, it's like throwing a shot at the art or on the wall, or throwing a shot in a bucket or something. Like you just don't know what you're gonna get. So if it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. Hey, we're here for the ride, right?
Yeah, I guess when you got money, you could do that though, right?
Exactly.
The same news happened almost with Porsha Williams, but the situation happened different because Porsha married somebody she didn't know.
Listen, that's her karma.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, whatever.
Karma gone karma.
She said karma gonna karma.
Porsha is a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. I'm gonna tell you what I think. What I think is she knew what she signed up for. She ain't probably ain't know homie was a scammer and been doing this since before she was probably born, and when she was like 2, she probably ain't know that part. But
Right.
I feel like, oh yo, do me a favor, marry me, and you can live the best life you want to live. What does she have to lose? Like, I don't got no man. I don't got nothing. Like, you know what? I don't really want to do this, but hey, you could give me what I want. All right, let's go for the ride. And then when everything started unfolding, now it's like you ain't ish. Give me my stuff.
But how did she think he was ish when he was doing that to his wife to begin with? Like,
listen, I never understand that. People
I
think they
feel like
better
she
than
signed
that.
up for it.
You're special because you're Porsha? Like,
So exactly. It's
like he treated his wife like for you, and now you think like you're gonna be different somehow.
exactly.
She ain't tell me she wanted that old man. She ain't want that old man. I don't care how much money he got.
Right.
I mean,
that old man, bruh.
So y'all saying that she married for security?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, she
How
was
many other
okay
people do it
though.
out there?
Or insanity. Or both.
Wasn't she okay though? Like financially, isn't she worth a couple of hundred?
No, she got her money. She got her money, but what's not a little extra? What's wrong with a little extra?
I don't know. I'm not entering into a toxic marriage to just be like just to have a little extra. If I'm comfortable and be like, I'm good, I'm good.
Didn't know.
But wasn't this the man that was on the show? Didn't he appear on the show and he had his young little wife and Portia was there? This is the same man, right?
Yep, same man. Look, Darcy's
Right.
like, let me.
No words.
And that's why I feel like she knew what she was signing up for. Ain't no way you was blindsided, bro. You were not blindsided. You knew what you were signing up for. You just didn't know about his lies.
Wait, how long was she going with dude before she got married?
3 months.
Couple months.
Or something like that, like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Probably. Let's give it 6. Keep it cute. Let's give it 6.
Yeah, I don't even think it was 6, but yeah, you're right. It's somewhere between 3 and 6 months.
That's what I said. Let's keep it cute.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So she basically got what, I mean,
the marriage it only lasted a year. Over a year. No, it was over a year. It was over a year. It was over a year.
Oh, okay.
What are the stories though? What did he do? What is he doing? Did he cheat?
You know what? I would say that this is what he does. Homie has been married like 12 times.
Wasn't he like a financier or something? I don't know.
He knows what he's when they said 1980 something, I said, what? He came here when what? Like what? You've been doing this.
So he's been married since 1980?
Huh?
He been doing this since 1980?
Girl, before I think he came here in the 80s and then he had got married. I think that was probably the longest marriage he had. And then he got divorced, got somebody else married, had kids with them, got something like this is your history, because why? It's a reasoning behind why he got to keep getting married, because he think he gonna get through with the paperwork that he trying to stay here and he ain't getting through.
There you go. That's
exactly.
That's his point.
Ultimate manipulator. Yeah.
He's a manipulator. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, let me marry this person. Damn, it didn't work. Oh shit. Oh, she crazy. Oh, next. Damn, let me try her. Oh, it didn't work. Damn, let me try her. Oh, it didn't work. Like, Come on. How many people are you going to try at this point? Now we see you booed up with another girl posted in front of your car and your
Right?
Are you serious?
whatever that
And
was.
she's gonna get her karma too.
Girl, and this is what I'm saying.
It's
Like,
gonna be karma
these
after karma.
women has to know what they signing up. You ain't no way you gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna mess with him, knowing
Listen,
that he got a trail history. Like,
exactly. That's how I feel about Nick Cannon and his people, but that's a whole nother story.
because
I don't understand.
You gotta
What's
sign
the
up for
draw?
it. You have to
What is
sign
the
up for this. You
draw?
gotta be like, okay, cool. I'm down with whatever the shenanigans,
Yep,
like the shenanigans.
exactly.
I'm down with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
like
sorry.
isn't this kind of reminiscent of like the whole like Rick Ross, Christina Mackey thing?
Girl,
Like I mean, I had to throw that in there. I'm sorry. I was
I mean,
like,
it falls in
and
line.
I like Christina, and I like her. I like her vibe. I like where she's going, but she was going so heavy and coming at people so negative and in such a condescending, like
Now where you
arrogant
at?
way.
And
Where you at,
Right.
girl?
And now where you
Where you
at?
at?
I've been out the loop. Now, hold on a second.
Oh, you ain't know that. Oh,
Wait a
she's gone.
second
She go
now.
bye-bye.
She
Bye,
not-
bye,
She
bye.
gone. She out of here now.
she was just cooking him spaghetti and wings the other day. What
Girl,
happened?
she
She was in
gone.
the
Somebody
elevator
made that
talking
man's
about
stomach
how
upset.
blessed they are to be together.
That's crazy.
And that's
Yeah, where
what
she-
I'm saying. If you signing up for something, shut your mouth. And that's probably the reason why she going now. You signing
Exactly.
up,
I
you
ain't come
know what
after
type of
my
man
girl
this
Pretty
is. You
Z.
shut your
Nope,
mouth.
nope.
You keep it cute. Go on your dates, keep it cute, and you keep it moving. Next, on to the next.
Right.
And
Yeah, I mean, instead
you know,
of being out there giving classes on this is how you're
yeah,
supposed to
the
be,
nerve.
you know what I mean?
Right.
And this is how you supposed to hustle.
That's
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's how you're
saying?
supposed to be in this
Right.
imaginary, wonderful relationship that I'm in, that this guy just buys everything for me, and that's what makes it so wonderful. Like,
exactly.
girl, stop.
Hello.
And this is what
There's
I'm saying.
negatives to
Like,
every.
where are you now, though? Like, and now
embarrassing.
everybody laughing at you. Now you
Sorry.
go from the internet. Come on back, girl.
Well,
Come on back.
The
That's
crazy
like-
thing is, at first I was
Keep
on
them
her
classes
side. I was
coming.
like, yeah, fight for your man. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, whatever. But then I was just like thinking about it, like, girl, you've been
Talking about
around a
Rick
couple
Ross.
months.
Mm.
You're not even locked in.
I already fight for him, girl, because you're gonna be going in 3 seconds. Fight for him though.
I mean, yo, I look at the Tiana Taylor situation. I
Oh
mean,
my
y'all
God.
think that she's a
Yeah.
little upset?
I mean,
Yeah, she has the right. You talking about bringing?
Yeah.
There's another woman in the
Definitely has
house.
the right.
Sleeping in the
That's a
bed,
woman that put in work.
right?
That-
Sleeping in the
Nothing.
bed with your child there, like,
I mean,
That's-
yo,
that's
let's
a
be
lot.
real. In relationships, somebody puts in work. People put in work. But you always have to remember that, a relationship got to be worked on. And if it ain't worked on, somebody gonna find somebody else and has somebody in their bed around your kid.
But you got to remember too, it got to be two people willing to work. You don't know what that other person thinking. The whole time you like, yeah, this my man, like Christina, my man. Homie got a whole nother intention in his mind.
mhm.
What you
Tough,
gonna do now?
but-
You know what I mean? You never know going into relationships what another person is thinking. You're thinking this is my everything, while they're thinking you're just next.
yeah.
Now let's be real. Tiana Taylor has said through her lawyers that she wasn't upset and she wasn't trying to go at Iman Shumpert for having somebody else in the bedroom and having like her kids were confused or something like that. She's just going about the process. Basically, is what's going on. But is she really going around about the process, or is she pissed off that another woman is around her child?
It's both.
I think we kind of gotta,
Could be
yeah,
both.
exactly. I think we gotta kind of look at it that way because, like, at the end of the day, like, you're talking about, all right, we all know her daughter, right? She's on, reality television. We already know Junie is her name, right?
Mhm.
So we know that she's very she's paying attention. Let's put it that way. Like, she's very
Literally,
involved in
literally,
everything with them.
She is
So when
very
you're talking about having, your child there with, your new significant, whatever, if that's a consistent thing or just the flavor of the week type of thing, I don't know. But like, your daughter, your daughter is going to be in the mix. Your daughter is going to have stuff to say. And so it's like, kind of like you got to gauge it about like, how your family works. I just feel like it's in poor taste if anything. But as far as like courts go, I don't really think that like she has a leg to stand on with that. Like they're not together, they're not living in the same home. So
And that's when the rubber hit the road, man. Like yo, when you know these are the possibilities when you know people ain't gonna stay single forever, you know,
right. Well,
and
he
you know.
never stayed single. He wasn't even single when he was
Hello.
married, you
And
know.
this is what I'm saying. Like
So
at some point, enough is enough. And I feel like Tiana Taylor, I love her, you know,
Me
and I
too.
liked him too. I thought they were awesome together. You know, they had great chemistry. I just feel like, you know, at some point the disrespect become overwhelming. And it comes to a point where it's like, when do you respect yourself to say enough
Exactly.
is enough?
Mhm.
And I feel like that's where she have taken it too. Enough is enough. You go your way, and I'm respectfully walking away, but you acting bitter now, acting like a bitter baby mama or something, and you want to, oh no, let's show this, let's do that, let's, you know, have women around the kids. Like, come on, like, grow up, grow up. You're
mhm.
not grown up.
Because
Age
they're
don't always
young.
exist.
They're still very young. So it's like,
Yeah,
okay, if they're older and they understand, but they're very young. Like, don't do that. And
yeah.
Junie is gonna tell you, she's gonna
Listen
give
now.
you
Yo, she
play
gonna
by
tell her
play the
mama.
same way Tiana talks. Exactly. They are legit the
Mm-hmm.
same person.
You
So
know, isn't it
um,
something when people like if people when people experience their first breakup, like when some people experience their first breakup, it's like you know they take things a little bit more, you know, they take things harsh, they take things hard, like. But when you know, I don't. It could be good and it could be bad. But when you have broken up a couple of times with people, or you understand how things go, you know, I guess, you know, when you hit that crash, your seatbelts and your and the passenger stuff kick in a little bit better. You know what I mean? I don't know.
mhm.
I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know. But gurus, there's a question. I got a quick question. Quick question. We know holding on to grudges can be problematic, but is it okay to hold on to certain grudges? If
And
so, what kinds?
Mm.
um, I
I
listen,
think
mean,
I ain't gonna
it's
hold you. I'm a grudge holder. I'm a grudge holderer. You hear me?
I'm a
Like
Scorpio, so you
there's
already know.
I'm a
I
Cancer,
go
and
to the
I'm gonna hold
grave.
that grudge. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold it. All right. Now, is it right? It depends on the situation.
I think a good situation would be like I used to be of the mindset that like, your family is your family and you no matter what you walk you never like give up on your family, you keep them around. I used to be of that mindset until I like met people that had such toxic families, mothers or and then I just and I came into this mindset that like your peace is more important than like these relationships that will like drag you down with them. And so in certain cases, like even if it's family, it could be your mother, could be the most toxic person on the planet, and you don't want nothing to do with it. It's not fair for somebody to say to you, "Oh, that's your mom," because they don't know
yeah.
where you came from. They don't know what shoes you walked in. You don't know what your mother did to you or didn't do for you or whatever. So I'm kind of like I think nothing is off limits. Like you can hold a grudge with anything depending on your peace and how it affected you.
Mhm.
If it's something that you can't forgive, then you can't forgive. You move on. You just don't drag it out. Like
At
like all
that
right,
point, it's not even a grudge. It's just having boundaries.
right.
Mhm. Right, right,
Yeah.
And that's
It's,
sometimes what you need to do for yourself.
Right.
So
you definitely
But
gotta
what
have that
if what
balance.
if one of your homegirls tried to bag your man? Is it appropriate to keep a grudge
oh
based on
Lord.
that?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, like so it's
You said that real
like
quick.
that, right? She's like,
Yes.
I've
Absolutely.
been in similar situations. Like I was younger. Some things like, all right, we were young, but still it's in the back of your mind. But I would say it depends. Like I feel like right now, if that was to happen to me right now as an adult, I would be very confused. Like, why are we still doing this? But for me, I'm like, I'd be wondering, like, am I holding a grudge because I have like current situations right now where there's people I do not speak to anymore, and I have no inkling of speaking to them again. But I'm like, am I holding a grudge? Like I say out loud, I forgive you, but I don't want nothing to do with you.
And that's what
Is
I'm
that a grudge? No, because
Holding a
disagreeing.
grudge. Like
you
even
cross those
if
boundaries.
you're holding on to something, you're holding on
If
to
you forgave, you're not holding on to the grudge anymore.
right. You're holding
Yeah.
on to something. So if it's affecting you, right,
Yeah.
then maybe you need to just like let it go. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
But
I agree.
when you're putting up boundaries, that's different. People do
Mhm.
stuff. You don't forget what they did, but if
Right.
it's affecting you to the point where like you still like a little anger come up in you or something like that,
Yeah.
you're holding a grudge.
And maybe I got a little something because I'll be thinking, I'll be like, you know what? I should have did that. I'll be doing that. I'll be having those moments. I'm like, girl, just okay.
I,
My silence is more powerful because y'all ain't know y'all was getting silent. But
my thinking is that like if my homegirl wants to go after my man, my imaginary man, whatever, but if my homegirl wants to go after my man, if he entertains it, then she can have him because she must
Right.
want him more than I do.
Right.
Because I ain't fighting over no man.
Right.
If there's
Amen.
even a situation where I have to fight or be there overly present because, somehow like my girl over here, this dummy is over here trying to like move in and she gets that rhythm from him, then y'all can have each other. Y'all deserve each other. I think I've gotten so past that at this point.
But if you see them out in the streets, booed up, how you gonna feel?
I'm gonna react. I'm gonna for sure react. The all the work I've done to keep myself sane up until that point is probably gonna go out the window. But I will go home and reflect on it and be like, you know what, they belong together, and I'll be done with it. But I probably will react. I don't know how I would react. I know how I have in the past. But I'm a little bit older now, just a little bit, and I may react a little bit differently.
What about that friend that snitches you out? Like that friend that that basically snitches you out on something that maybe you had said that maybe you did say it, but you didn't
Yeah.
mean you didn't mean to go hard at her, but
Well, they're no
she
longer friends. We're no longer friends.
well, I definitely have that situation with a
Right.
friend who
Me
was
too.
too close to my ex. I couldn't tell her nothing because he knew. Like, what is
Mm.
that? What is that? Like I always said, I wouldn't be surprised if they ever end up together. It don't look like they did, but it was just they was too close for comfort. Like why things I'm telling you, you running to him and he coming to me. Like what is this? It's not no thruple. We're not doing this. Okay, it was a lot. It was a lot. So I've been in that where I'm like, you tell people stuff in confidence, and don't get me wrong, if you tell your friend something, you probably gonna tell another friend the same thing. But this situation was different. That was intentional. I'm telling you stuff about me. You
Right.
gotta look.
If you're talking about an instance where it was an accident, like, like she came out, she didn't know it was that serious, then I think, yeah, holding a grudge is not necessary. And you like kind of look, silly, especially if you're throwing away a long lasting friendship, like years and years and over something so silly. I myself have been accused of that, saying something that I should not have said, but I don't think it was made clear to me that I'm not supposed to say something, especially like if it had to do with me in some respect, but that doesn't mean like I'm not your friend or I didn't think about you in the situation. It's just that you're including me in this situation too. So why I can't say something, like why I can't, address it or something. I don't know. Like I think like, it depends. If there's some malicious intent to it, then yeah, like hold the grudge. She ain't
Was
your
a
friend.
lot of that.
The grudge for me is in my time of desperation, and I don't ask people for help, but in my time of desperation, if I do come to you and you just sorry or just, I'm holding that. I'm holding that.
Mm.
I'm holding that. You better believe it.
Holding it.
I'm holding that. I ain't got nowhere to live, and you told me I could. Okay, cool. Cool. Or you tell me to come live with you, and then you put me out with my kid. Cool. I got you.
Mm.
I got you. That I'm holding on.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the other things, that it's very difficult to what are some of the things that you don't need to hold on to?
little catty, like, back and forth. He said, she said. I feel like that's not nothing to hold on to. He said, she says, I like sometimes think people can talk things out, but I feel like when it doesn't get talked out or when it doesn't, just move on. I don't think that's anything to hold on to as far as like, I don't know, just that's it.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think I think
I
a lot of
know.
women are like overly like hypersensitive when it
Yeah,
comes to like their best
absolutely.
friends hanging out with other best, friends. And like a lot of women get like overly hypersensitive over, their bestie going out someplace, God forbid, without them and with somebody else. And I think those type of things, like you gonna be mad about that. Like my friend, I'll be like, really, you mad? How mad are you about that? Like, I could go out with you a bazillion. I go out with you in 1 year 500 times, but I go out with her 2 times in 1 year, and you mad? Like, for what?
Yeah, I don't like that. That I don't like.
What you
Mm-mm.
mad about?
Yeah.
I didn't invite you. Well, she don't know you. Maybe she don't feel comfortable around you. But like, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes women just like it's too dramatic. Like it's all the drama like behind it. Like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
calm down. I'm still your bestie.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Relax.
Okay, gurus. We had some unfortunate news that came out of the UK. I think that's where it came from. With Unfortunately, we had a situation with Kate Middleton. As everybody knows, she is I think the gussets of I'm not sure the terms. I don't want to mess the name up, but she is the Duchess, I believe, of the UK, and she, actually, she was the victim of misinformation because there was a bunch of Russian bots putting out misinformation regarding her whole situation. And so when the news finally hit, basically when she made the appearance on live TV to announce that she was diagnosed with cancer, people really felt bad because the information was out there. Everybody had got it wrong. Not everybody, but some people, they got it wrong because of the Russian information. And she basically announced at the age of 40 something years old that she has cancer. And it's a shame. Um, how did you guys take that news?
It was unbelievable.
That's
It was the
sad.
same thing. I'm like 40 something, but like the age is getting younger and younger. Like cancer, seriously. It's really, really crazy.
I mean, it really gets your mind to wondering, like, what is going on out here? Like, why is this happening? I mean, by now you would think that these experts that call themselves experts would because these diagnoses is really people are getting younger and younger with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Experts, they got the answer, but if they give the answer, they don't got no more money.
Okay.
They don't have a business, so
Okay. And
that's
that's the
it.
highest business right now, honestly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
Highest business.
mean, le-
But how much do we know about her diagnosis? Like, is she in a later stage, or do we know that information?
I forget what stage it was. I believe let me look it up right now. I believe it was stomach cancer.
Yeah.
Um,
But the whole thing is, I don't know what's real and what's not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
for a member of the royal family, if she's in the later stage of cancer, that don't add up to me because um you would think that, your health would be doctors would be staying on top of your health. So I mean, I don't know. It
it,
just
it
a lot
it's
of things
being
ain't adding up
reported.
to
It's
me.
being reported that they will not be sharing any specific diagnosis.
I figured they wasn't gonna say nothing. And what's too so like, it's like people were making an uproar how she was missing, like from the socials, from any parties or anything that was, taking place. She was just never there. And it drew concerns for people like, that adore her, that love her, like, hey, where are you? We haven't seen you in a while. Where are you? You know, and all of a sudden, hey, I'm here, I got cancer.
I saw a headline. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't know what's real and what's not anymore. I saw a headline this morning that King Charles has cancer.
Yeah,
Is that
Right.
real?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I did see that. Now I
Wow.
thought he'd been had cancer. I don't know what's
Yeah, King Charles, I think, was diagnosed first.
Hmm.
Oh, right. I didn't know that. Yeah.
great
That's,
timing, though. Great timing.
Yeah,
Interesting.
he was diagnosed first.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
So I
Either
mean,
way, more blessings to them. Pray that they, heal on their journey and they can recover.
absolutely, and he's right now going through chemo and all of that stuff, and
yeah.
it's such a shame. I mean, the United States and all of these countries, they got to do something about this stuff.
They
You know, we got to apply pressure, and really, um,
a lot of the foods too, because that a lot of the food that are over here that we consume are not in other countries or even legal
Yep.
to even consume
Don't
in
allow
other
it.
countries.
Do we still not think that there's something going on here?
I know I am. I just be trying to not have my whole, because
well, let me ask y'all a question. How do y'all feel about the microwave?
that's it been the problem, just like the air fryer now too. Like ask back in the day how you really used to warm up food in 17 in 1800 19. It don't even matter. Before all of this stuff came along, what you had, the stove, a pot, and fire. That's it. And I ain't even gonna lie, I still warm my food. Certain type of food, I still warm it up like that till this day. If it's meat and stuff, I just warm it up right on that stove.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
once again, meat. The
Meat don't go in the microwave. Yeah, no.
Because
the
food is powerful. That's a powerful
and then
energy.
that's the thing.
I
We got
mean, people were still getting cancer back then before microwaves and all that stuff.
yeah,
So, I mean,
But
but it
wasn't
was
there
I'm
more
sure
also?
it doesn't,
it was more
it's at a
scarce.
higher.
Yeah, it was more when
It was
they
more
were
scarce.
older though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just
Now
like
it's
it's
like
happening
you
I
have
think a
every
lot of
you
people
have
were more diagnosed older, like, you know what I mean? Like, because
it's
that's what they were
possible.
looking for. But a lot of people died that were not diagnosed, cancer.
Yeah. And
and
that's
that's
the other
another
thing. I
Younger
feel
age.
like now the doctors, they're missing everything. They're missing
Mhm.
everything.
They
They're
want
missing
that.
too many things. They're like, oh, you telling them you got all of these weird issues with your stomach. Oh, it's nothing. And that
Yeah.
keeps
Home and take
happening.
these two
Yeah,
Tylenol.
you never get an
Exactly.
answer.
They're going to write you a prescription for whatever is convenient and make their coin and send it about the way. If you
Like
don't
that
know,
blogger who just passed away. I forget her name. Was it Jessica? Jessica, she's a black lady. If this is probably a week or two ago, she just passed away because she was falsely diagnosed for having fibroids and it was cervical cancer. And she
what?
was at the last stages by the time they figured it out.
Oh
She
my
just died.
God.
She was young. She thinks she had to be like 30 something. She had
Oh
two,
my
I think,
God.
children and a husband. This just happened. Like, look her up, Jessica. She was like a hair influencer or something. Like one of the
Oh,
influencers that been doing it before TikTok and all of this stuff.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
sad. They told her her fibroids. Yep.
I know this doesn't have as much to do with the topic, but really quickly, if you are married and one of your spouses, I mean, if your spouse dies, I believe you are hit with all of their bills.
I think so. But I pray that they are doing filing a lawsuit because she was falsely diagnosed for a few years, quite a few years. So there got to be some lawsuit happening.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
And
like,
cervical cancer at that. How do you
exactly.
how do
How do
you
you
miss that?
misdiagnose that?
How?
So if
That's
she went
crazy.
years, exactly. So she went a few years with not knowing she had cervical cancer. So it was too late. By the time they figured it out, she was too far gone.
And not only that, a woman's body is very complicated when it comes to health issues, right? Like when it comes to
Right. But if you're able to diagnose fibroid, there's a way that you diagnose fibroids. So if you're getting those checks, I would assume that you're getting your pap smear as well, which is supposed to indicate if you have abnormal cells for
Well,
cancer.
that's the point. Yeah, well, that's the point of the CAP, right?
Right.
Is to determine whether or not you have cancer. So if somebody is being diagnosed with fibroids, that means they haven't found cancer. They found fibroids instead. So now what the problem is like, how did you miss the cancer part
How
of
did you
it?
miss that?
How did you diagnose it
How
as
did you-
fibroid?
Exactly.
You know, it's very fishy. Very fishy, because I mean I've gone in and they've said, oh, you know, we're gonna retest you, because like once you get to a certain age, they test you like twice a year or whatever. So, you know, they're like, oh, we're gonna test you, there's some abnormalities, but we're gonna retest you. So they retest me and then they'll, oh, okay, it's fibroid. But then now someone like me has to look at it like, is it though? Is it fibroid?
Yep.
Like, do I get a
Same.
second
but let me
opinion?
say this though, Marcy, isn't that normal? I ain't gonna say no, but isn't that normal when there's a lot of women from what I understand that have fibroids, right?
Yeah, I mean, fibroids is common.
Common, not
It's
normal.
not normal, but
Common.
fibroids also can become a problem. My mother had a
Yeah.
fibroid that was the size of a newborn baby.
Oh
Like,
my
and
God.
she literally had to have it removed. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I've
like,
seen those. I've seen those where they are huge.
Oh my
Like their
God.
stomach. I
How does
just
that
saw a
happen
video
like
like that.
that
Their stomach,
without any
one lady looked like
pain?
she was pregnant.
no, there's pain with some
pain.
people. We have
Yeah.
a very
There's a lot
large
of symptoms
threshold of pain.
that come along.
Of women. We cramp every month. We have kids.
Right.
We have that very high threshold of pain, especially internal pain. We might sit there with a heating pad on, but we don't necessarily know where this pain is coming from. We could be
Right.
thinking, oh, my period is coming, so I have, you know, cramps or
Mhm.
whatever.
And
But
there's another kicker about this health care industry. We're talking about, checkups and stuff like that. So once upon a time, you're able to get your pap smear every year. All right. That was what the recommendation was. That's what the insurance pays for. They have increased that to now you can only get it every 2 years. And they're going to do another increase to 3 years. So this is all what's going on
And the
because
question is why?
money, insurance doesn't want to pay for it.
Crazy. This is really crazy. Wow.
Yeah, so we gotta stay
We're
on.
paying this coming out our check for what now?
Right. We gotta
Right.
stay on that.
What we paying for now?
Know that. I gotta check that out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after I did my
Out
Yeah,
here.
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Earlier this week, we saw Homeland Security go into the home of Sean P. Diddy Combs looking for evidence regarding sex trafficking. And my question with all of this is how the hell does this man have time? If the allegations are true, how the hell does this man have time
What, to do it?
to
To
do
do
this?
what?
And if this is true, this has got to be one of the stupidest situations that we have seen in history.
Do you know that in this world that time is money or money is time? And he got plenty of that.
Yep. You got people
He
doing it
don't
for it.
really. He's at a stage where he don't have to work as hard as you think he's in the boardrooms working. You know what I mean? This man is notorious for throwing parties. They talk about his parties all of the time. I live on Long Island. He has Southampton parties. Like, so let's not, like, where does he have the time? The same time he has for throwing all these parties that he throws all the time for every little thing. It's the beginning of summer, a white party. It's the end of summer, black party. It's the, like, it's all, he does this. This is what Diddy does. He's actually more well known for parties now.
He be chilling.
When the feds investigate a case, we always hear the words, "We will not comment on an ongoing investigation," right? That is the phrase that we always hear when anytime somebody's in trouble, anytime the police is involved, anytime the situation. I found it so crazy, number one, that a Homeland Security agent would put out the information that he put out, which is to say, I can't remember the quote, but the allegations around the case are concrete. This is a Homeland Security agent. It's well documented that this man said, and not only did he say it, but he remained anonymous. He said the allegations around this case is concrete. He didn't say evidence. He said allegations. First of all, what do y'all think?
They have to have something.
They have something.
They absolutely do.
They have to have something serious to have the feds involved and knocking on doors. And so there is something there. We don't know what the there is.
Not only that, they said he's the subject of an investigation too.
Yeah, well,
that subject is that that Tupac investigation. They locked up that man Keefy D. Keefy D is singing like a bird.
There are two music execs for two major music companies. I forget the name who they are. They are saying they are suing Little Rod, and they are suing trying to get Little Rod's lawyers disbarred because of the frivolous allegations.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yes, that's also a thing.
Wow.
But we know, first of all, when the feds come to your house, it don't mean because they don't charge you then that they ain't gonna charge you.
exactly, because they're collecting evidence right now.
Diddy is
That's the whole point. When they find the solid, because what before going into his home, there is question, but that's what they bring to the judge. It's like, look, this is why he's a serious, look, because A, B, C, D, these things. In order for us to get the evidence that we need against him and what we believe is going on here, this is, we're going to need to, search the home. So when they search the home, that's where they're gathering the evidence that proves their theory in the case. And that would be based on accusations, be based on, witnesses and stuff like that. So that's like the whole point, regardless of whether he got arrested right then and there, or he's a free man right now, that doesn't mean he will be free forever.
Rodney Lil Rod Jones Jr., a record producer from Chicago, filed a 105-page federal complaint against Combs, accusing him and the people who work with him of being part of an illegal racketeering enterprise. Jones alleges in his complaint that he has irrefutable evidence of A, the acquisition, use, and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, ketamine marijuana, mushrooms, and to go further, according to Jones, he alleges that in his complaint, Combs reached out to Jones in 2022 to help him produce songs, but Jones claims the work Combs required of him went far beyond producing music. He claims in the lawsuit that he was tasked with procuring drugs and soliciting sex workers to perform sex acts to the pleasure of Mr. Combs. If you are doing this stuff, why would you allow somebody to have that type of leverage over you?
Yeah, but you're talking about a guy.
Waited
This
so
was a
many
guy who is
times.
typically in their circles. So this guy was around. So at this point, this guy have already probably seen a bunch of shit. And so Diddy probably like, this guy already seen like, I could do whatever in front of him. He already knows what's up, blah, blah, blah. Not knowing that this is all gonna come back and smack him in the face eventually. So it doesn't mean like, oh, just because he did it in front of somebody, you know, whatever. I mean, isn't that what
That is
happens?
so
Like,
not street.
yeah, but like, doesn't that happen all the time? I tell these kids that be on the street corners and stuff, like, you know, watch what you're doing. That's crazy, you know, whatever. And they'll be like, you know, we're good. We know we don't get caught or whatever. I'm like, everybody thinks they're invincible until they're not invincible no more. And then when you crying, Mom, bail me out, then you know what I mean? Like, what happened to Mr. Invincible? So this is what happens. You keep getting away with stuff. You have this false sense of security. You keep thinking like you're good and you're straight and everybody's on board until somebody's not on board anymore. Until somebody got something on them and now they got to give up somebody.
Everybody really is on board. See, it's okay. It goes up levels, right? He had protection on higher levels. So these type of things never used to really get out like that. But now in this day and age with how technology is and, you know, all of the social media, this exposure stuff is happening because now, all right, back in the day, maybe if you said something, they're going to make you look like you crazy or they're going to blackball you completely from everything. But now I'm saying what I got to say. And this person gonna jump in and say what they gotta say, and everybody's gonna hear it. Everybody's gonna know what's going on now. Because this is the world that we live in now. It's exposure. Now you're gonna be exposed, and everybody's gonna hear it. Everybody's gonna see, and there's nothing you can do.
At the same time, if you've been around somebody for 13 years, and if you've been around somebody for 15 years and you knew that this was going on, you are complicit. When you crying, now you crying because maybe things didn't go your way, or maybe you mad, or maybe some things happened to wherein you didn't expect. So now the game changes all of a sudden.
Well,
so now
everybody's built to be the hero at the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like it for people to be coming out with this stuff, like they're now a target.
Yeah.
They're now a target. So
they made themselves a target.
Well, you said that they were complicit though. So now they're coming out of the woodworks because they feel a little bit protected somehow, some way, right? Is that because we all know now, like we could put it all out there for the world to see, for the world to know. They feel some sense of security that they may not have felt before.
Nah, son. If you saying that, yo, if you saying that, yo, you know what I'm saying, you seen kids. If you saying now that, yo, you seen people getting raped. Nah, son. Nah. People are saying that this thing is bigger than Diddy.
It is.
Oh, it is.
It's about fortune and fame, okay? Fortune and fame and an agenda that's behind it, yes.
Blocker, I want the money like Tata. These differences is not on my roster. We don't mix like Henny and vodka. I be allergic to fun this shit. Don't worry about who I be running with. I got the runners, I'm running this shit. 40 cal, my difference is gonna this shit.
Going off, pop on my shit like a gun. They scared but I'm run. Say you wanna be my man, then you gotta bring it with you when you come. I'm on top of the tier. It's just like in it, I'm steady stacking the bread. What I said, taking a spot to the top.
Stand on your dead. Big shot that we shoot at you with the chopper. We don't be talking that blah blah. got on strain of that Zaza. We about to turn the whole city up. Get to the bag in the belly truck. Still keep the 9 milli tough. Diamonds hitting and we lit it up.
I post love, I get it the most. This ain't OG, I'm smoking your hoe. I seen a savage, I'm dropping the boat. What you thought, cause you already know. I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up. I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up.
I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. 100 bands back in the cut, you just get what's up. Got your man looking stuck, told him get rid of that mutt. Come on and fuck the gangster, show you the gangsters what real hater. Suck it dog, still a pretty bitch, authentic, no mask, no makeup.
I'm running a Tesla, I take a nap on the way cause I'm extra. Skip her, talk heavy on pressure. She gon' do what I say if I tell him. I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up. I'm going up, I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up.
Sometimes they want meet me. Fly them out, put them on PG. Money on me, never decrease. Bread on me, microphone, big cheese. He greedy, headshot, put him on TV. Yeah. Block get spun like C. Not afraid to get my finger a little greasy. I never let it like Macy. Not for Canada, but open up a TD. Too hype when they eat a GV. Bitcoin, but I spend like VC. Too stank, wanna go for them wanna see me. Just thank can go for them wanna be me. In the bank, hand a microphone, beanies. Yeah. All of my print 3D. Selling money back if it can reach me. Yeah, it was in the deep treat. Taking me, I need this. Yeah, me tell her take it easy. Yeah, the farm let me sell you. Take me if you fool already. One thing me know me, we full our belly. Long time say want meet me. Fly him out, put him on PG. Money on me, never decrease. Bread on microphone and big cheese. He greedy, headshot, put him on TV. Yeah. Block is spun like City. Long time say want meet me. Fly him out, put him on PG. Money on me, never decrease. Bread on microphone and big cheese. On TV. Know you got that, but you ain't gon' back this shit. But you want me, cause if I run around nigga shit in traffic. Did I bring enough cash? Did you shake enough fat for tipping? I don't even need to ask permission. Let me do a little mad decision. Dance edition. Long time saying one damn song. One give me Jimmy no condom. Pull up on me so handsome. You like leaves like ransom. Like B-side bantam. Risk it round me, not random. Risk it round me, not mandom. Kick knife face, boy, drop down. Long time saying want meet me. Summer fly him out, put him on jet. Touchdown, I'ma put him on deck. Yes, I apply for the visa, black. I'ma try to bring your visa back. I'm swimming in money, why would I lead the cash? Yeah, long time saying want meet me. Fly him out, put him on PG. Money on me, never decrease. Bread on me, microphone with cheese. He greedy, headshot, put him on TV. Give me a second.
Give me a second, I got a scar in my heart. Y'all looking too far with me. I gotta talk about it. Give me a second. Y'all just did me so wrong. Y'all claim me friends, but y'all froze. Yeah, y'all froze. Give me a second. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk. Give me a second. Just give me a second, give me a second. Just give me a second. All of you this script is all talk, but none of y'all is shit about it. Think you gon' catch me, I doubt it. Got my location rerouted. Surrounded by nothing but killers and drillers that slap when it's time for the violence. I'm wildin', you stylin'. Run me up cause I'm vibing. Remember them days when I held you down? Every time I was broke when I came around, you said I gave you crumbs, right? I did. You said I look dumb, right? If you a bum and I'll never respect you. This is the last time I'll ever direct you. This is just something for me to reflect to. Next time around I'ma come disrespectful. Give me a second, I got a scar in my heart. Y'all looking too far with me. I gotta talk about it. Give me a second, y'all just did me so wrong. Y'all claim me friends but y'all froze. Yeah, y'all froze. Give me a second, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Just give me a second. You looking, you want that peach, but don't want no responsibility. You can take the heat, you just whacking like versatility. Cause I used to be down, I built you up from the ground. Please don't talk or make a sound, cause you always running your mouth. It's sad to see, I've been up since you broke me. So lonely, wanting you to hold me. So lonely, chilling with my homies. Now I'm relieved, and you wish you had me. Give me a second, I got a scar in my heart. Y'all looking too far with me. I gotta talk about it. Give me a second, y'all just dipped in me so wrong. Y'all claim me friends, but y'all froze. Yeah, y'all froze. Give me a second, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk.
right, gurus, it's been a good show. You know what I'm saying? For everybody out there, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hey, gurus, this is the Lady Guru Show. And we are out of here.
The spicy